Today we're doing something a little different, a tour of a cheese factory. We'll be meeting the animals, learning all about making cheese, tasting lots of different sorts of cheese and wine, rounding off the trip with a visit to their farm shop. We're at the Montesdeoca Cheese Factory on the west of the island. There's free parking just outside the main gate, and here we are. It's not very pretty, but then it's not a purpose-built tourist attraction, it is a working farm. Here we were met by a lovely guide, Adriana, an Australian who speaks 5 languages and is married to the owner's son. To start the tour, we were taken to see the animals.
This is our unicorn. They call her a unicorn because she broke her horn.
Hello, you're sweet, aren't you? Yes, you are.
So with the goats, you see that everybody has horns, and the size of the horns is an indicator of how old they are.
To provide milk for the cheese, the farm has many goats and sheep.
The smell here is way stronger than it is with the goats. The boys here have a stronger smell.
Do they get on the sheep and the goats?
Yeah, they're friends. Actually, if we have a misbehaving goat, we put them in a naughty corner here with the sheep. Sheep tolerate them. They used to. Yeah, the sheep are way more docile compared to the goats. The goats have more attitude.
After visiting the animals, it was time to see the cheese factory. But first, let's take a look at the toilets. Basic but clean and spacious. Let's go and see some cheesemakers in action. Down the corridor are some windows where we can see the cheesemakers pressing the curds into moulds. And it's quite physical work by the looks of it.
Here the cheesemakers arrive at work at 7 and they work until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hence why I've timed my tours to be always around those hours that you can see the cheesemakers in action. So the whey, sorry, you asked me about the whey.
Yes.
What do we do with the whey? We collect it underneath in a tunnel and we repurpose it with our compost and with our manure, because we also produce compost and manure, and it's our secret ingredient behind the mousse-like texture to the butter.
In the corner of the tasting room is a window down to the milking parlour.
So this is where we do the milking every day. Sadly, we can't see the animals right now being milked. That's only because with sheep and goats, they don't require to be milked so frequently. So with cows, you have to milk them 2 or 3 times a day. With sheep and goats, once is enough. So we always choose to do it very early in the morning, from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, so that when the cheesemakers come to work at 7, they have the freshest milk ready to convert into cheese.
The farm has around 450 animals, and around 45 can be accommodated in the milking parlour at any one time, with milking taking around 30 minutes per animal.
So the goats give us each day between 2 to 3 litres of milk, which means that 2 goats for us make 1 kilo of cheese. People underestimate goats. I always think cows are better because cows give more milk, but cow milk has more water and less protein. So therefore you need more cow milk to make cheese. So you need like 10 litres of cow milk to make 1 kilo of cheese. Where you see 4 from the goats. And they're really hard working, they're amazing. And there's more benefits in goat milk. For example, you've got more calcium in goat milk, better amino acids, good fats. For kids, it's amazing because the calcium levels. And if you have a delicate stomach, the lactose molecules are smaller, so that your body can digest it and break it down. So this is our tasting room. I'm going to be giving you the cheese tasting here in a second. I've put on 3 so you can see how the cheeses have changed in texture, colour and flavour over the aging process, and also in the mixture of milk. So for you guys coming from England, what you're going to find different today is that the goat cheeses in Spain often are mixed. So we have goat milk, goat and sheep milk, and goat and cow milk cheeses on the board today. The first one is our smoked cheese. That's why it has that golden color on the outside. It's 1 month old, it's goat cheese. The second one, we're getting older now. It's a 1-year-old. It's a mixture of sheep and goat. And the last one is the oldest. It's a 2-year-old with cow and goat. What you will see also on the older cheeses here is it says gofio. Gofio is a traditional cereal from the Canary Islands that we make from corn and from garbanzo beans, chickpeas. and we use it in this case to coat the cheese to protect it from the aging process. So in Holland, for example, it's really common to put wax, but we do natural ingredients. So here you have gofio as an example, and then here you have pig cheese. It's the juice of the cactus fruit. And we put it inside for 1 month, and it absorbs the pink color. The wine, we do have a wine version as well, and that's this one, that's purple.
Okay.
See how different it is?
Yeah.
That's because that's the wine. But that's inside the juice of the. So we do different flavors on the outside to protect the cheese, but also give some flavor. Yeah. So please help yourselves. I made a board for you guys here. Also, I've got a surprise island happening over here for you. Okay, you're seeing bananas on the table, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why do we have bananas here? Well, that's because in the Canary Islands, when you have a cheese board, it's really common to pair older cheeses with bananas. So in other countries, they give you figs or grapes, but here they give you bananas. So I thought if you wanted to try something really Canary, I've got some bananas for you to pair with the older cheeses. And if you think that's too wacky, I've got safe options of fig jam, and I've got a mango jam as well for you to try. So that's for you to try with flavor combinations. Then we've also got our award-winning goat butter. So you can see that it's very white, so that's why I want to flag it to you that it's a butter and not a Philadelphia cream cheese. So this is our garlic goat butter. Okay. For you to try with some bread. And then we have almagrotes. We have two types of almagrotes. The red one is with paprika, garlic, and an old 2-year-old cheese.
Yeah.
And this one is green because it has coriander, cilantro.
Okay.
Lazy Italians, they buy this like a pesto and put it on macaroni. Yeah. Yeah. So please help yourselves to these and the cheese. And you guys have got wine, so I'll bring you wine. So the first one that we have is a white wine. It's a Lisan Blanco.
I like both of those too bad.
Not slightly harder, aren't they?
Thank you.
Well, the tasting was lovely. We were absolutely stuffed. We'd had lots of crackers, cheeses, jams and wines. And afterwards, we went along to the farm shop. We had tried 3 wines with the tasting, but we really liked the dessert wine. So we got a bottle of that, a couple of the cheeses and a jar of fig jam. And here they are. The prices were very reasonable, with the cheeses being around €5.50 each. We've had a lovely time, and it's a great thing to do when the weather isn't that good. It was great to see the animals and to learn all about artisan cheese making. And the tasting was really nice. Lots of different cheeses, and the wines for the pairing were delicious. Our visit lasted around 1 hour and 20 minutes, but I've condensed the highlights into this 8-minute video, and I hope it gives you a taste of what you can expect from a tour of the Montesdeoca Cheese Factory. If you would like to book the same tour, a QR code is on the screen and details will be left in the description. It's worth mentioning what the road is like. Here is us on our way back down, because I didn't think the road would be that noteworthy coming up. The main roads on Tenerife are lovely, wide and buttery smooth, but once you come off the main roads, it's a different story. Although the cheese factory is not far from the main road, it does climb quite significantly. The road is narrow and quite twisty, so you do need to take it easy, just something to bear in mind. We hired a car for a few days to visit attractions around the island. I will be posting videos of our visits to the Step Pyramids, Loro Park and dolphin and whale watching. If those are of interest, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss those tours. Thanks for watching.